Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my podcast. This week's topic is what you see in others that irritates you is also something that's in you.
Welcome to the Light, Hope, and Healing podcast, where we discuss why you have stress, anxiety, pain, illness, and how to heal from it. I am your host, Tracy Gohrick. My background is a healing coach, energy healer, spiritual mentor, intuitive, and channel.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my podcast. This week's topic is what you see in others that irritates you is also something that's in you. So I see this with my clients a lot, and when we really get down to the nitty-gritty of what's going on with them when they're upset with somebody, or even with myself. What I've noticed for myself when I get irritated or angry or frustrated with somebody, it's because there's something that's inside of me that I've really been working on. And knowing like how hard I've worked on it, it's hard for me to see it in somebody else. And it was really, really irritating me. So I've had to take a step back and work on that for myself. But part of it is for all of us is to start looking at when we're irritated with someone, it is something within inside of us. Now, it's not something it's easy for you to see or find because you don't realize it until you start really working on yourself, and then you can see it. And it's funny because I'll get irritated with somebody and then I'll be sitting there talking to my kids and I'll see that exact same thing in me. And I was like, okay. The good news is, though, when you start to see that, you can catch yourself and stop yourself from doing it. The other thing that's good is when you are feeling irritated or angry with somebody else, it's to step back and look at why are you angry, irritated, rather than just be angry and irritated, right? You know, I did a video recently where I talked about living consciously or living with a purpose and not going through your day with a consciously or with a purpose. And part of that would fit here because it's another way you want to start looking at when you're getting angry. Why are you getting angry? Rather than just getting angry. It's like looking at it. And, you know, it's not hard, but the thing is, we need to start living more consciously. So we're retraining ourselves to kind of live differently. And that's a little bit difficult, especially, you know, because we've done it for how many ever years, you know, however old you are, right? 40s, 50s, 30s even. And the older the 40s or the 50s, it's even more difficult to like retrain yourself to have to, you know, change the way you've lived, which is for the most part, if you think about it, we blindly just go throughout our day. It's doing the same thing over and over and over again. So our minds are running amok. Our minds are getting upset and angry over lots of things that if we really thought about, we wouldn't do, right? So it's interesting when you see that you get upset with somebody or you get angry with somebody and you look at yourself and you can see that you do that too. And it's just another way that we're being shown things by getting angry or frustrated. That's something we need to look at for ourselves to fix it, right? So think about that when you get angry or irritated or frustrated with somebody, have a look and see what's in you that can relate to that. Now, it might not be exactly the exact same thing, but there's something to that. Because I remember when I first heard this way back, I was like, well, I don't have that in me. But the further I go, the more I can see that it is there. When I am angry or irritated, it is there. And that's one thing I've learned, like, if you can see something in somebody, that's in you too, right? You wouldn't be able to see it if you didn't know it, okay? So start paying attention to what you are getting angry at and what it is you're getting angry at. And then start looking at yourself and what's within you. What traumas in you need to be healed to let things go and not be angry, right? And again, I always say this, doesn't mean you need to be with the person because there is something there, and it doesn't mean you need to be around them. But you're being shown something to look within yourself, and then you have to decide, is this somebody that I can still be around, or is it somebody I need to let go? You know? So that's where your decision is. But the point is to always look at what is really going on when you have those situations come up, because it's something you need to look at with inside of you and heal it with inside of you. But it doesn't mean you need to still be around them. But it is something that you need to look inside of you to help you on your healing journey. Because the more we work on these different things, the healthier we'll be mentally, physically, and spiritually, right? So start paying attention and look at what is in you when you get angry at somebody or irritated. What's within you that's similar to what they're doing. All right. I want to share with you the sponsor of this video. It is the X39 Lifewave patches. These are amazing, and I want you to know I don't share anything or recommend anything unless I use it for myself, and I totally love it. Okay, I don't do any of that. These I love. My mother, my husband, and I have all been on them since August. And immediately what I noticed was much more energy in myself. I had much more energy to get things done and just felt a lot of energy during the day. And I didn't get tired in the afternoon like I would sometimes. And I also noticed in myself that I had a mole up here and it just disappeared, right? And I had a few more like later that happened too. And then I noticed that I had a cut on my hand and it healed really quickly. Okay. And then so with my mother, she is almost 80 and she would get tired in the late afternoon and take naps usually around 2, 3, or 4, right? And once she got on these patches, she no longer needed the nap. She wasn't taking naps anymore. She was had more energy herself and was more well rested. And then finally with my husband, and these are just a few of the results, okay? Finally with my husband, he had a lot more energy. He's been retired and he kind of got in a slump, and he had a lot of energy once he got on these patches. He, a couple of days after getting on the patches, he pulled his shoulder out of his socket, which he's done before. He popped it back in anyway, and it bruised horribly. He couldn't lift his arm up. He hurt it pretty bad. It's something he does a lot. And the next day, he was able to lift it halfway up. And then the day after that, he was able to lift it all the way up again, which that's never happened when he's dislocated his shoulder. And there was tons of bruising all the way down his shoulder, and that cleared up, and it was much lighter like the second day, and it cleared up much quicker, and he just healed so much faster after being on these patches. So here's what they look like. And you just take it off and you put it on. Well, this is one place you put it, is the back of the neck, and I hope this is going to show up in the video right there. Back of the neck is where I put mine. And you can put it on your stomach, and there's many other places you can put it, but there is information in the description below on these patches. They are amazing, and I want to just give you what it says on the website about it, just so you have an idea of how it works and why it works. The technology of the X39 patches is phototherapy. It gently stimulates the skin with light, which stimulates the natural flow of energy in the body, which improves the health in the body. So like I said, we've had amazing results. I love them. My mom loves them. My husband loves them. I have quite a few other people on them, and they've all had amazing results. It's helped improve their health and helps them recover quicker. So if you have any questions or interested in them, go ahead and reach out to me. All the information to contact me is below. There is also a Start X39 website. You can go check it out. Or if you just want to order it, there's a link to order it in the description below. But check them out. I am been so happy on these patches. So in the description below, there's a free healing meditation. Click on the link and you'll receive it in your email. There's many ways to work with me. All the links are in the description below. Just check them out. If there's any topics you would like to hear or me to talk about, just send me an email. That's in the description below also. And like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Now go do something you love. Go do something that lifts you up and brings you joy. Whether it's sing, dance, run around the yard, do at least one thing every day that brings you joy. Then do at least one thing every day that's self-care. Drink tea, Epsom salt bath, pray, meditate. Do at least one of those every day. And then look for the good in everything. Look for the good in everything and in everyone. And when you see something in someone that stands out to you, say it to them. And finally, write 10 things you're grateful for. Do these things and I promise you, you're going to see a difference in your life. That's what I've got for today. I love you all and I'll see you soon.